When does the midnight buffet start? Open.
When does the midnight buffet start?
I don't know.
They've also had somebody ask, is the water in the toilet fresh water or salt water?
I mean, I can see that being a valid question, though.
Well, the cruise director who was reading these off was like, if you figure out the answer to that question, because I sure as hell ain't going to do it, you let me know, and I really want to know your story on how you found out.
There's multiple ways to find out.
Well,
I can tell you that the water in the toilets in the barracks definitely were tap water, for sure.
This is not fresh water, and they're not salt water. They're in between.
Yeah. And how I found that out was I just happened to be, cleaning the toilets. And one thing led to another, and I ended up tasting the toilet water. But it was in the tank. It wasn't in the actual pisser part. Okay? There's a difference between toilet water and...
Well, granted, the tank water goes
Into the
the
toilet.
bowl
tank water
and then
is
down
not-
to the sewage.
Yeah, but the tank water isn't in the bowl.
Yet.
Exactly. So you could drink the tank water. Unless you put like shit in there,
It also depends on if the chain and stuff for the flushing handle is metal or not. Ooh, the power is given back. I've been gone for a week, I got to admire these things now.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy the little things in life.
Exactly. So you got it.
Oh, did you listen to last week's episode?
I have not yet.
So you didn't hear the ending.
I'm starting to pick up on where I left off.
You didn't,
Which was...
He hasn't gotten the message yet.
He hadn't gotten the message that we left him at the end.
No.
I have not.
No message.
Mm-mm.
I have not heard that one yet, or the ones leading up to now.
Wow. I listened to every single episode.
Well, I've been busy.
Well, I also really don't have a choice.
Yeah, you edit.
You really don't.
I think you listen to him more
I
than
listen
the
to
rest of us.
more than probably any of our listeners listen to the podcast.
You listen to each episode multiple times.
Oh, yes.
In one setting. After recording it and being live for the actual...
Yeah, I'm live here, then I'll listen to it.
Over and over.
Yeah, and I
and
gotta
over.
listen in depth to things, and then I listen to it again to make sure everything was fine, and and then I catch things after the fact, and I'm like, fuck, and I get mad at myself. Then I have a very good masturbation session, and then all
That
things
explains
good.
the clapping sound I heard in a couple.
That does.
He's really
That
beating it
does.
hard.
Well, it's not
because
live.
because he's frustrated.
No.
I don't jack off live. I don't jack off while I'm recording.
I think there's been a couple times you've hit a mic button.
You didn't know this, but I have another podcast that I do. It's called
Fat
The
Plans.
Fappening. And it's just sounds of me beating off the entire time.
He's got
Sounds
that.
interesting.
He does that gentle beat off, the hate beat off.
Yeah. I have on there, I have an hour-long episode of me beating off.
Multiple sessions I take.
One of them has 3 parts.
I figured you'd be doing the porns and you'll take your time, then go fast and slow down, take your time.
Tease yourself.
I wish
Yeah.
everyone could see how you're pantomiming with the hand motion and everything.
Oh, well.
It wasn't just the normal up and down, it was the twisting motion.
Like I
Just
said,
goes
it's like
to
in the
head.
porn,
They finesse the penis.
Yes, exactly.
You must finesse the penis properly.
You must.
Cool.
That's a requirement.
It is.
If you want me to put a ring on your finger, you must know how to finesse the penis.
And if you
I
don't,
honestly thought you were going to say if you wanted me to put a ring on your dick.
a ring on the...
Thought he was
No.
going to talk about a
Ring.
cock ring here.
Cock
Okay,
ring.
so.
No, I can't. Since you've been gone for a week, do you want to do our little intro?
Welcome. I'm back. Woo.
Woo.
I actually met a lady on that ship that's done an entire year back-to-back
To
cruises.
Flatlands, the podcast.
Hey, I am not done yet.
Oh,
He wasn't finished.
Welcome, everybody. I am back from my glorious vacation. Obviously, back again with the psycho over here named Jonathan. Back over here with the wonderful person, Josh.
oh wow.
Wonderful.
Well, we established you're the good one, several episodes ago.
Yes.
No, we established I
Oh,
was
no,
the
yeah, you
good
were the
one. He
asshole.
was the
Everybody-
asshole. Wow. Again,
I
you
don't
get
even
it wrong.
remember on episodes.
Again, you get it wrong.
Hey, I was on vacation. I was living it up, doing nothing for a week. Okay,
Didn't
let me know.
invite us.
Give me money next time. I'll take you. That is not money. That is a sexual feeling of my hand.
That
Well, ladies
was...
and gentlemen, if you do want to ever go on a cruise, all you have to do is rub Steven's head.
Yes.
That's all you have to do.
But you
Yes,
have to
all
do
you
it in a
gotta do.
specific way, and you have to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, and you have to do just the right touch with the fingers touching the exact right erogenous zones in his palm.
If the hair on the back of his neck does not stand, you have failed.
Mhm.
Yes, you've got that right.
But if you see his dick is hard, you've also fucked up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You got it. There's a fine.
It's a fine
in
line.
between.
Yeah, it's not full sexual arousal, but it's not on board either. It's like right before you even start getting a chub, but it's like right before it, Yeah.
It's where the chub could go away.
Yeah, where it's like if you look away for a second and you're back to normal, but if you keep looking, you'll, full blown, whoop-pow, that dick.
You'll pile that dick.
Yeah, your dick goes. Whoop-pow. You never had that happen to you?
Oh, well, yeah.
Where your dick just
fist.
decides it
Yeah,
wants
but
to
you're
look
making
around.
it sound like it's an instant, like immediate,
That's never
soft
happened
to
to
hard
you.
in like half a second.
That's never happened to you. You never had been like, hey, dick, what's up?
Oh. Hey there, buddy.
Or like it's in a situation where you don't want your. That's when it's the fastest. Is when you don't want your dick to
Yeah,
try
when
to
you're
look
just walking around like you're
Yeah.
at church and you're wearing, your nice suit and stuff.
Uh-huh. And then your dick decides it
he's
wants
like,
to take
you're like-
a stroll to see the scenery, and you're like, dude, the fuck.
Calm
Or like
down.
when a girl, right? It's like, damn, she's hot. Okay, but you don't just start off with your dick being hard. That's not how you win that, unless she's already into that, then that's cool. But
there are some out there.
there are. But I've not had the fortunate pleasure of just going, hey, I have a hard dick. Oh, let's go fuck. It's never happened like that. I have yet to ever have where I have delivered a pizza and they didn't have the money, or I fixed their plumbing or something and they didn't have the money and I fucked them.
But
That
hold
has
on.
yet to happen.
Side note: does the plumbing ever get fixed?
That's a good question.
You never. There's no
And
follow
does
up.
the guy, when he delivers,
But he does inspect plumbing.
He
does.
He does.
in multiple ways, but
Mhm.
the guy that delivers the pizza, does he get fired? Because one, he obviously took a really long time to deliver that pizza.
Right.
Unless it's his first time in a very long time.
So basically, for their
But usually in the video, it's a lot longer.
right. So basically,
true.
you know how they usually have that deal: if you don't get your pizza in this amount of time, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
He gives away a lot of free pizzas.
No, he gets there on time. He just gets a lot of
Unless-
sex because
unless-
they can't pay for it.
Unless it happens and that's his last one. Like when I accidentally ordered Domino's stupid late right before they closed.
Yeah, because she said she went straight home
Yeah,
after
she was
that.
able to go straight home after it. She didn't have to go back to the store. So unless it's like that and it was his last delivery and they're like, yeah, once you deliver, you can just go straight home. You don't have to come back. Then that would be fine.
Could be. It could be the end of his shift that
But
afternoon.
if they're paying with cash, wouldn't he have to go back to the store though if she pays with cash? Because he has to get
True,
the cash.
yes.
Drop the cash off.
Yeah, because he can only keep the tip.
Mm-hmm. But maybe he didn't keep the tip because he gave it to her.
They gave her the tip.
Mm-hmm.
That he definitely did.
He gave her a little more than the tip.
Yes.
Got her money's worth.
Yeah,
she didn't
she
pay.
Yeah.
I know. See, that's the thing I'm kind of wondering. Is does he get fired? Does the plumber finish? Does the carpenter finish doing carpentry?
Mm-hmm.
Does any of that stuff get done?
Does the teacher lose her job?
Mm-hmm.
True. Does the pool boy ever clean the pool? Of course, I've always
Does the
noticed the pool
babysitter
looks
ever
really
lose-
clean before the pool boy
Yes.
starts doing anything.
But does the babysitter lose their job?
Does the husband end up in a divorce?
Does the massage parlor end up getting raided?
It's a good point. This is why people should listen to us more.
Exactly.
We bring up the big question.
We ask the tough questions that no one wants to talk about.
Exactly.
I have yet to see a politician stand on Capitol Hill and go, I demand to find out, does the pizza guy get fired?
He has an obsession with the pizza guy.
The pizza
He has
guy.
all those other topics we just brought up. And he goes
Pizza
back
guy.
to pizza guy.
Well, because that was the first one. But they haven't done that. They haven't asked anything. Does the doctor get sued for malpractice? Does the doctor get... What happens to the doctor? What happens to the gynecologist? Like, we demand answers. And they have yet to ever do that. And it's quite
Does the
upsetting.
maid ever finish cleaning the room?
See?
Did she ever start?
She
On some
does.
of them.
She's dusting an already dusted surface. So...
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is true.
Yep. And then the person who goes in is like, this is filthy. He's like, bitch, that's clean. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But anyway, she's like, no, I don't want to lose my job. Here's my asshole. And, and then that's,
Or you get the ones where they're
Apparently he
the rich
likes to
boys,
animal.
right?
I don't know.
You
You
went
think-
straight to the
That's-
asshole.
That's
Straight
how
to
what
asshole.
it starts
Yeah,
off
asshole.
as. She like bends over and there's her butthole. And then they go down, oh,
Hey. Hey.
because, the butthole's here.
Oh, I know.
And then the pussy.
I believe they're more like there.
They're not
They're
there.
closer.
They're not
Ladies and
parallel
gentlemen,
with
those
each
who are
other.
I'm saying
listening,
distance wise. They're
They're
not
giving
They're
mile
not
apart like you put
parallel.
them.
I did
where
not say they were a
each
mile apart.
that.
I said
is
they're
located.
This is a big fucking bitch. If
That
I
is-
didn't-
the
no.
pussy
That
is
I did not say they were that big
that big.
or that far apart. Either way you look at it. But there's a double crack. But that is a whole nother.
Okay. Well,
the front
Okay.
butt, the front butt and the back butt.
All right. Now we're
So
calling
Josh-
it front butts.
Yes, Josh, you were saying?
Yes.
Which, by the way, since Josh is here, hold on, Josh, I got a question. So the episode
He's
that
never
you,
going to get to say what he wants to.
the episode that you
just
and I
forget
did,
I ever said anything or tried to say anything.
I'll get back to you, Boo. I promise.
I'm going to have to listen back to what he tried to ask so he
Right.
can even remember.
I got a question for you. Okay.
I don't have the answer.
Yes, you do. In the episode
should.
that you and I did together, we never
Okay.
brought up porn or talked about porn at all.
No, we
right?
didn't.
We didn't. Not at all.
We did not.
And in a couple episodes ago, Steven mentioned that you are the reason that porn gets brought up. Now Steven's back. We started talking about porn. So who really is the one responsible for the
instigator.
porn conversation?
Well, we all have our faults, but we all watch porn, so why not?
I watch.
It's a relatable topic.
I watch Christian porn. Okay.
What the-
My porn. Is
Yeah, and you use
wholesome.
christianmingle.com too.
Actually,
Quit lying to everybody.
I don't use christianmingle.com.
He uses POF.
No, I don't even use POF.
Meet
No,
me.
that's right. I think they gypped him out of a lot of money.
They did
Yeah.
actually.
Well, who even pays?
He probably uses eHarmony.
Nah.
Uses their compatibility test.
I couldn't find the right one there. It never ended up like the commercials. I mean, I never tried, but still, yeah, that's why I never used them. Anyway,
maybe,
Josh,
maybe he's using farmers only.
No, I think he's on
Oh no,
No, I'm on-
you're using incest only.
Ancestry. Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com.
Meet your sister today.
Do we do an ad for that now?
All right. This episode is brought to you by Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com, the place to meet your family and loved ones. Find your connection today.
Yeehaw.
And now we're back to farmersonly.com.
Yeah, right.
All right, we got a second sponsor. Let's do. No, you did the yeehaw. You got to do the farmers only now.
But he still hasn't gotten to say what he was going to say.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? And then you could do your farmersonly.com ad there.
Going way back to where we were originally talking about,
Mm-hmm.
where you had the rich boy having the maid clean his room, and then he's like, "Here's a couple $100. Take off your clothes. Here's a couple $100. Suck this duck.
Suck this duck.
This cock."
Oh. I mean, you could make a porn where they have a rubber duck.
I
and you
mean,
have to suck it.
they probably already got one out there.
Hey, he's talking about a rich boy. They could actually have a real duck, and you have to suck the corkscrew.
They do have corkscrew penises, that's for sure.
This
Which,
segment has been
did you
brought to you by
know-
farmersonly.com,
Yeah,
where only farmers only are allowed.
exactly. So, did
Okay.
you know that the female ducks?
I did not know.
Okay. and, not during non-mating season, their vaginas go the opposite way of the male's penis.
My question is, why are you researching this useless knowledge?
My question is, who in the hell researched it to give us this useless knowledge?
There was
Like,
ob-
who's sitting there going, huh, her vagina goes this way, but when mating season's not going on, it goes that way. And his dick keeps going that way.
and that's to prevent not non-seasonal.
Fucking of ducks.
Yes,
Okay.
the duck fuck. We don't want that.
Oh, honey, it's time for the duck fuck. We don't want to miss it.
Find your honey on farmersonly.com and watch your duck fuck today.
Oh, God.
Now we just need some westerny music to go in the background. We need like 4 girls to come in and harmonize real quick the title.
Farmersonly.com. Number one source for the duck fuck.
Now you gotta auto-tune the fuck out of that
Right.
and put that in there.
Farmersonly.com. Number one source for the duck fuck.
So, Josh, you got any topics for us to discuss today?
Any topics? You got nothing.
No, you got nothing. I thought you were gonna rail Steven today.
Rail, Steven?
Yeah, railing hard
Hard
and fast,
Hard and Fast is only I know how.
fast and furious.
Presents the railing of Steven.
Okay.
He's gonna burn out on them cheeks. Instead of clap them cheeks, he's gonna burn out.
I think people do that on their own every day when they pull off the door. There's a skid mark down.
So
when your butt burns,
so Steven, you went on a cruise.
Yeah, that I did.
Now, for those of us who have not had the privilege of being on a cruise, would you like to at least give a brief summary of your cruise-like adventures?
Let's see. I left one city in one country, went to a city in another country on an island, then went to another city in the same country, and then came back to the same city I left in the same country I started in. I met a lady who's been doing cruises back to back for an entire fucking year. Found out that a lot of old people actually retire on cruise ships because it's cheaper than living in an assisted living facility. Yeah, I found out the nursing home, what my grandmother spent that one weekend, they charged her $7,000 for 1 week.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, at that rate, it'd be cheaper to live on a cruise ship too. And then ate a lot of food, walked more than I care to count because I let my watch die. Realized that ship time and real time are two different times. I'm pretty sure ship time is Zulu time because it was always 6 hours off from here. Quite interesting. There's my brief summary.
Now, is it one of those free, do whatever you want whenever you want cruises, or was it one of those dinners served at this time? You must be here at this time if you want to eat.
There was places that were open 24 hours. You can get hand-tossed pizza all night long if you want to. You get froyo, ice cream. The buffet was open a long enough period of time that when the time did come to eat, you can go whatever during that time frame. There's also a dining hall I never went to because I never wanted to get a little bit fancier dressed up for it. Never went to the steakhouse. I'd hate to say how much that son of a bitch cost.
Did you actually dress up fancy for the captain's dinner?
I didn't even go to it.
Oh, why?
I didn't feel like putting on my dress pants.
Chris bought all that shit for no reason.
Yep, and he took it all and never wore it.
But did he complain about it?
No, he did not actually.
So therefore, it's not a shame.
That's good.
He'll find another excuse. Maybe when he graduates.
Did a dolphin suck your dick?
No, but the only time I saw them was in Galveston Bay, where I found out cruise ships leave the port sideways and then they back up. And well, what we had to do, we actually had to turn around, so they had to pull off, back up, turn around, and go. We were one of two ships that left that day, same day. And then we were the only one that came back because the other one went on a 7-day cruise. Mine was a 5-day. And thankfully, there was not very many kids because school was in session, so
that's a good thing.
Didn't have to worry about too many kids.
See, that's why when I'm planning on going to Disney World again, that's what I'm planning on it.
Doing it in the school year.
Yeah, during the beginning of the school year when everyone needs to be back, Yeah.
And see, the upside
and
is...
also, too, I don't have to worry about daylight savings time
True.
cutting the day so short like it was when I was there in December.
Oh, yeah. For me, though, it also was good because the cruise ship actually has... The one I was on, the Carnival Dream Ship, it specifically has a place called Club O2, specifically for all the teenagers to hang out. And then there was some ocean... It's called Ocean something or other. I never knew where it was at, and I didn't give a damn because it was only for the littler kids, too. The parents could just drop them off, or they could just go hang out there all they want and just learn about the ocean and fish or whatever and stuff like that. So they had places for the younger people to just go to, and they didn't have to be with everybody else. But there was also a lot of spots on it where it's adults only. They had like a Serenity deck on, I think it was on 14 and, yeah, it was deck 13 and 14. And you can just sit out there. There's a couple hot tubs up there, and you can just chill up there and relax. And there's a bar up there, and you just enjoy your time, and no kids were allowed up there.
Very well. I don't know if I would want to go on a Disney cruise.
No, that I would not do.
I mean, it's
a Carnival cruise was nice though.
Yeah, I mean, the Disney cruise ships are nice.
Yeah,
but because it's Disney, more than likely the whole thing is going to be invaded by children.
Yes, that's kind of the point. Although there is a Cat in a Hat theme thing that went on the ship, and they actually did a little parade through the ship on deck 5, which is one of the only times that kids were allowed to go through the casino. Yep, which is right in the middle of the boat. Got to watch some really nice theatrical performances on the ship as well.
Did you ever Titanic?
No.
You didn't reenact the Titanic?
I did not.
So you didn't go to the front of the bow and went,
Nope. Never did. Never cared to. Plus, to get to the very tip, you had to be in an employee-only area. So
they don't want people falling off.
Yeah.
Or reenacting the Titanic, you think?
Yeah. So, they take their precautions. They save you from doing that. But deck 5, you can go from front to back, outside or inside. Plenty of places to eat. If it wasn't for all the walking I did, I probably would have put on 20 pounds. Because my first day alone, just before I got on the ship, I walked 20,000 steps. According to this watch.
For me, when I was at Disney, I'd walk 20,000 steps a day.
And see, the thing is, when I got to Galveston to even get on the ship, it was their 15th annual motorcycle rally on top of it. So they literally had almost 1 million people come to visit the city because you had 2 cruise ships coming in that just ported that same day. So you have all those people getting off the ship. Then you have 2 cruise lines full of people getting on the ship. And then you have several 100,000 motorcyclists showing up for it, all on this one little island. And they did all of the motorcycle activities right at the port. So to even get to the ports to get in to the ship and everything, you had to go through all the motorcycle rally shit to get to it.
Now, when they did, like stop at the island and stuff like that, did they say, okay, you need to be back here by this time?
Yep, we showed up at 9. We were able to disembark at 9, before 9:30 actually. We actually were able to leave a little bit earlier, and once the local authorities gave us the permissions to, and we had to be back by 5:30, so we can leave. You can do whatever you want.
Did you do any fun stuff?
Sat on the beach and drank alcohol.
That's all you did?
Yep.
You didn't do any activities or anything like that they have with cruise ships?
I didn't do any of the excursions for it, no. Because I don't do snorkeling very much, so I'm not going to do snorkeling. But next time I'm going to probably hitch a cab ride in Cozumel next time. Not Cozumel, Cozumel, when I go through there and go to one of the other beaches on the island. You could also do an excursion of the Mayan ruins. I wouldn't mind doing, but I found out that it's not a good idea to do it in Cozumel, because where we went to Cozumel, and then we came back around to the mainland to Progreso.
Mm-hmm.
And Progreso is actually closer, which makes the excursion cheaper, because you have to go to the mainland anyways to even get to that excursion. They also have a lazy river that runs through the ruins as well that you can relax on.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Yep. And Progreso is actually not as touristy as Cozumel is, because Carnival's built them up and everything. So when you get off the ship, there's a shitload of tourist shit right there. The first building you go through is shop. It's just one long hall, basically, of just all these shops all next to each other, all in one big long room. I've never seen so many big name brands of shit in one room. Like, I walked through and there was Michael Kors, Louis Vuitton, everything, all these big name brands of perfumes and colognes and sunglasses and stuff and bags for a good chunk of the wall.
Of course, the big name brands are going to be right next to a cruise. Because, I mean,
oh yeah,
if you think about it, yeah, anyone can go on a cruise.
Right.
If anyone saves their money.
And it's actually cheaper than most vacations you would take anyways.
Yeah, but
because everything's provided for
they're
you.
also hoping that very rich people are on the cruise too.
Mm-hmm.
So then they'd go,
I can definitely tell
I
you there's
must
some there.
get a Louis Vuitton thing.
Yep. And
Even
then
though I already have 12.
Yeah.
And then you go past all that and you just buy a liquor while you were there, which you could bring it back on the boat, but the boat crew has to take it, store it somewhere else. You cannot keep it with you, and it cannot be opened when you bring it back on. You cannot bring food
why
or
is
open
that?
containers because you're bringing something in from another country. So when you get to the U.S. to prevent illnesses and bacteria or whatever to come through on our side, they stop all of that as fast as they can. So you can't bring any of that back on the ship and then bring it back to
So now
the
when
US.
you get onto the ship, whether when it was starting the cruise or even getting on the ship or even disembarking the ship when you were stopped at a stop, how did that go down? Did they like search you, like make sure that you didn't take any contraband
I
off
got
or on?
I got frisked only because we were 24 hours. We had booked everything 24 hours prior. And they do that because typically when they get a 24-hour, it does tend to be every now and again there is somebody trying to smuggle something back or to get something and bring it back. So they frisk you at first. Other than that, I didn't have a problem. I x-rayed everything, just like going through airport security. Just
Very well.
yeah, it was pretty quick and easy. And you actually have a set time frame of when to show up to your port. So you show up between that time. If you're early or not, you can go through it a little bit earlier. But they have a little window so they can do groups at a time. So it's not everybody, several thousand people just coming in at one time.
Going through
And then going through everything.
Yeah.
So I actually went through the entire process. I think it took me 20 minutes maybe after I gave my bags off to somebody so they can load them up on the ship. And you give your bags to them, and then they'll actually take them to your room for you. And then when they're done, they'll put your bags right outside your door, and they'll put your key card in a sealed envelope on your room number deal. And then when you walk up to it, you just grab it, open it, grab your keys out of it, and walk in your room. You're right there.
So your room, what did it have? A view? Did it have?
I did not get one with the view because I did wait at last minute. There was nothing available with the view.
So
But I didn't spend a whole lot of time in there anyways, unless I was asleep. So
What, did you have a window or was it?
no, I really
windowless?
wanted one, but
It was a windowless cabin.
I was in the middle.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's just big enough to house me, and we were good.
Did they ever tell you like any lifeguard, like not lifeguard, but like
Safety stuff like they do on a plane.
yeah.
They actually make that required before the ship can even take off. Everybody has to meet. They have a mustard station, is what they call it on a ship. If anything were to happen, you would run to your mustard station so that they can take accountability of everybody to make sure they have everybody off the ship. So they have people that all the designated areas, so they can do that group of people, and then another group would go somewhere else. So you would meet there. They'd scan everybody in to make sure everybody showed up to the safety briefing, and then we'd all go into one area, and they'd give us a mandatory safety briefing on how everything works. And then once that's done, that was the only required thing we ever had to do. And they also make sure that the people who they don't show that they're checked in, they make sure who wasn't checked in. They ask if they are made it in the room. And if they're not, they're not. And then they have to go through the safety briefing in a more boring form later, which everybody, I think, made it to ours this time because we left pretty quick after the Carnival Vista backed out and left. Because we had to wait for them to leave before we could leave. So it's really nice. 2 pools. Never stepped foot in the other one of them.
Yeah, you're not much of a swimmer.
Nope. These pools weren't that deep anyways.
Speaking of pools, did you know the Titanic's pool is still full of water?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
Shocker.
thought they drained it already.
Not yet.
Shit. They need to. That's a waste.
It's pretty deep in the ocean. It's kind of hard to get into to drain it.
Are they at least cleaning it?
They might have one of those like machine things.
Yeah, they might.
They might have put like one of those subs down in there, and then
yeah,
dropped it in
might
there
have done
to-
that. Yeah, that just follows.
it's basically like a Roomba, but it's just
with a hose attached to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're at least cleaning it.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'd hate for that water to get dirty.
Yeah, I think, but I don't know if they're still washing the dishes in the Titanic anymore.
They may not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I've seen a couple where there was a couple broken plates. I mean, Titanic. If you ask me, Titanic's kind of gone downhill.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think it has. Yeah.
Very.
Haven't really been taking care of it.
Yeah.
No, their ratings have sunk.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad. Yeah.
Split in
That's why I
half,
went on a
think.
Carnival cruise instead of a Titanic cruise.
There you go.
Yep.
Did you hear though that they're actually planning on building a full one-to-one scale Titanic?
Do you realize it's scheduled to sail in 2 years for its first maiden voyage?
See, like that is insane. I don't know if I want, but now the thing
But
is,
that's just
though-
it. The Carnival Dream that I was on
Mhm.
is bigger than the Titanic was.
But the thing is that I'm kind of wondering though, if they build a one-to-one scale replica of the Titanic, right?
Actually, there's 2 of them. One of them's a tourist attraction on land for a theme park.
But if they do that, okay, more than likely, yeah, they're going to stay true to a lot of it. Are they going to?
Modernize it.
Yeah, like
They
like,
are.
I understand they're going to have to do the lifeboat thing. They're going to have to put more lifeboats, so that's not going to be 100% accurate, which is a good thing though. But
Especially with the ones like the Carnival Dream had.
Mhm.
They're the ones where you board everybody in. It's completely sealed. So when they drop it off the side, it goes, dips in the water and floats back up. So you don't have to worry about gently lowering it. They could literally just pull it out and just drop it into the water after it's loaded. And you just drop in the water and go.
when it comes to
You know, obviously they're
are they going to, besides obviously the lifeboat thing that they're going to have to do and some other modern
Yeah,
safety things,
the new safety rules and everything that came with it. Yeah, they are updating that.
but
They
when it
are doing
comes
some
to-
of the, obviously, like when it comes to if you want to buy anything, everything's going more electronic and everything more modern with that. But as for the physical decor of the ship itself,
Mhm.
it's supposed to be 100% accurate.
So are they going to have like TVs in the rooms and shit? I wonder.
I don't know if they're going
internet
to do that or not. And probably internet at the very least. I don't know if they're going to do the TVs, but they're making it as accurate as possible.
Probably even have you dress up in the times.
right. If you want to be on here, you have to dress up like you're in the early 1900s.
And you gotta talk and act like it too.
Yeah, because it sailed from New York, right? That's where it came from. No.
No, it's going to New
It
York.
was going to New York. Yeah. So yeah, you'd have to talk off this then, I guess.
Yep.
It took off from England, right? That's where.
Because it's supposed to take the exact same maiden voyage.
Yeah. Google
it's
the
built.
Titanic.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
All right, your time is
Oh,
up.
That
bollocks.
explosion, nice.
That was the little explosion thing that always happens at the end of it.
It left from Belfast.
Ireland.
That is right.
Left from Belfast, headed to New York. The RMS Titanic.
Mm-hmm. Although I've heard that the Titanic wasn't actually the Titanic.
Well, they did have 2 sister ships that could have moved it.
Exactly.
However, they're all sister ships are also gone.
Yes.
Hopefully, they're also cleaning those pools, though.
So one of them definitely the pool's gone.
Hopefully, they're cleaning the pool of the other one, though.
Although I will say the one that the Britannic
Mhm.
that got hit by the mine, that's a pretty sad story. Because what sucks though is one of the people on it was on all 3 sister ships when all 3 of the tragedies happened. One of the nurses on the Britannic.
Well,
She
that's
was-
gotta suck.
Yeah, she literally was
Well,
on the Titanic for
we're
the maiden
falling
voyage.
into freezing water.
Yeah,
Again.
the lady.
Oh, we got blown up. Shit.
Oh, we got blown up again.
just like the guy who lived through both World War II ending nukes.
Right? Like,
It's like,
she
well,
happened to
honey.
be on the Titanic's maiden voyage, happened to be on the Olympics voyage, and also happened to be on the Britannic when it got fucking hit. Which is like, holy shite. But that ship went down fast. The Britannic, I think it went down like in like 30 minutes or something like that. And just
Titanic took a lot longer.
Yep. But also the Britannic's in shallower water too.
Yeah.
So you could, I think it's not, it's shallow enough that you can scuba to it, I think.
Yeah, I think that one you can actually get to. The other one you'd have to sub down to it, but at the same time, we can't do anything with it because it's been down there so long now.
Yep, it's all fucked
We
up.
try to collect it, it's just gonna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, that was a waste.
See, from what I've heard though, is like by 2030, it's more than likely going to be like 90% gone.
Mm-hmm. It was just eroding away down there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the many things down there.
It's definitely a tragedy that it happened. And also, too, the ships that were close enough to come and save it were like, oh, they're throwing a party. No, those are emergency flares. But sure, go ahead and just ignore them. And then, too, I think another one, I can't remember. It actually did help save people, but it didn't get there in time at first.
Yeah.
Because it's, what do they call those the Morse code operator people?
Was asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep. But I don't remember what they actually called the guy who listens to it. But he went to bed, like literally right before Titanic started sending the SOS.
Well, that's gotta suck.
And then because of that, they made it mandatory that someone always has to be there listening and operating, any incoming and outgoing messages. A lot of safety things happened after the Titanic. One, you must have more than enough lifeboats.
Mm-hmm.
You also had the backup lifeboats.
Which is one thing, because speaking of the lifeboats, like I said, the Carnival ship had those little man ones that everybody would sit in. But they also had these like little barrels that hold like 1 adult and 3 children on it. I'm like, why?
Just in case they had that 1 adult and 3 children that needed to get off.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
All right, hold on here. We're taking 1 adult and 3 children first. Please step in.
Like, I could probably fit like 4 or 5 of them in this room alone. They're that small and still have room to walk around them a little bit. They're tiny. It's like, I do not see 3 kids and an adult sitting in that damn
But they also
thing.
have collapsible lifeboats too, which you don't see unless you know exactly where they're at. And if those have to get pulled off, that's when shit's gone bad. Either they have too many people and they didn't account for it for the regular lifeboats, or some of those lifeboats are out of commission and they can't use them because of either damage to the ship or the way the ship's listing. So they got to pull out the collapsible ones and like, all right.
Have fun.
You know what
Woo.
sucked though is you pull that out and then you get in there like awesome and it collapses again. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, everybody climbs in it like shit. Everybody climb out, swim out of it. We gotta pop it back up. You gotta pull it out, flip it upside down, pop it back open, flip it back over.
Dude, but the Titanic shit, dude, that sucked.
Mhm.
So bad. I think it was also the Britannic though, where a lot of people prematurely launched
Ejaculated.
their lifeboats, and they got sucked back. I heard that, Josh. They got sucked back into the props
Yeah.
and got fucking just because they prematurely ejaculated.
That's why ships now require the crew to operate everything,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't end up having that.
I mean,
problem.
technically, it was the crew operating it.
Well, true, but they weren't very well. They're more skilled at it now
Yeah, but also
because
too,
they do go through.
those were guys that
training.
decided to go ahead and just leave. They wanted to just get out of there, and they didn't listen to orders, and then they died.
Yeah, but thankfully I didn't have to worry about none of that.
Yep, that would have sucked though.
That would have.
Yeah, would have. I may still be at sea. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, you could survive, but we won't find you for 12 years.
Yeah, this is very true. I might make friends with the volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
Name it Wilson.
There you go.
You then get married and you're celebrating your marriage, but forget your relationship with Wilson.
Or you marry a dolphin.
That might be interesting.
It would be actually.
I'd rather not. I think I'd stick with Wilson.
Okay,
I think it'd be easier.
probably yeah. Heard Wilson's a nice guy.
I heard it was too.
Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of athletic, balls.
Yeah.
You can play with balls.
Yep.
I mean, you like to.
So do you.
Nah, I'm not really a sports guy anymore like I used to be.
This is true. I've noticed that. You've gotten to
Mhm.
where you
I'm more chill.
you do more of this stuff now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're still more into sports than I am
Mm.
now. You know what I
Depends
mean?
on the day, how lazy I feel.
This is true, yeah.
Most of the time, I'm really lazy.
Sometimes it's just hard to get up,
Yeah, sometimes you just don't want to get up.
Yep. But other times you're ready to just jam it all in there. You know what I mean? And just go for the game. And win.
Score.
Yeah, see, exactly. Score and sploosh, we won, and the confetti and
Yeah. See?
yeah.
Lots of confetti.
Yeah, lots and lots of confetti. Well, sometimes it may not be as much confetti. Depends on how much they bought and how much they prepped.
Also depends on if all the cannons work.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, too, if the guys who were they really into it, you know what I mean? Like, were they really into the whole celebration and they really went all out on confetti?
Right.
But if they have enough time to prep,
Mm-hmm.
then they can really get that confetti. you know?
They can
But-
accumulate over time.
But sometimes if it's like a last minute thing or they've already, let's say they had a celebration right before and they've already used the confetti, but then they just use a little leftover and just have like just a couple poots of confetti. You know what I mean?
It's always sad.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty sad.
You expect this grand confetti finale, and then
Exactly. And it's just like little.
But then it's always a disappointment when someone just prematurely lets go of the confetti.
Right.
yeah, you got that one jackass.
Right. You're like, no one's won yet, dick.
Just bam.
And
It's like-
then just
yeah, you're just like,
Right.
bam, what the fuck,
fucking
Carl?
confetti. Right? Fucking Carl.
Couldn't
Yeah.
have made it.
I know. A little too excited.
Yeah,
So, but I think
I think we're good on this one now.
Yeah.
I think we talked about a bunch of
talk
boat
about
shit.
porn.
boat shit, and,
And then
Mhm.
confetti.
confetti.
The confetti.
That was
Yeah.
an interesting conversation about
It
confetti.
was. I really
was.
see. I like talking about the intricacies of confetti. Because sometimes confetti can hit you when you're not expecting it either.
This is true.
Like you're there, like that one time at church. Remember that? Just confetti hit me right in the face, and that was weird.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it either.
Mm.
But anyway,
It happens.
it does. Yes.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, everybody. So we're gonna leave. We're gonna call it here. We will see y'all in the next one whenever Jonathan is done doing whatever the fuck just happened.
I jammed my fingernail into my pants, and it hurt. Okay, so like there's a fold on right here.
Yeah,
I went right
You're wearing
here.
cargo pocket pants.
I'm
listening,
wearing
just
nothing but
fingered
cargo pockets right
His
now.
cargo
Woo,
pants.
woo! So my confetti. Anyway, so
And
Where's the
confetti just
confetti
flew
now?
everywhere.
but it got stuck right here, and then I pulled up and
Oh.
yeah.
That was the noise he made when the confetti came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, now that we're done with confetti talk and you're not jamming fingernails and crevices on your pants, I'm Steven.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we will come back at you next week.